Last month, I shared this poll on my community tab, and the results have led the direction of today's video. So if you have a basic bodice in your stash, grab it, because in this video, I'm going to show you the basic steps of changing a basic bodice into a shirt dress. So if you're ready, I'm ready, hit the like button and let's go. My name is Juliet Uzor of SoSoNatural.com, and if you are someone who's into creating your own clothes and owning your style, then you're in the right channel. So first things first, so you just need a basic bodice with darts in it that fits your body exactly the way you want it to fit. I have this one here. It's one of my basics from my bundle. I have a bundle of basic sewing patterns and a few statement sleeves on my website, so I'll leave the link for it in the description box below. So you do need to grab yourself a basic bodice. You could have one that's already drafted, you could get one from a commercial sewing pattern that you've purchased in the past. On my website, I have some of those. I would really like to get some feedback from you. On the website, would you prefer to have those basic patterns as a bundle of like all of them together in one bundle, or would you rather have just the basics separately so people can grab them for themselves individually, or would you prefer them as a bundle? I'd really like to get feedback from you, so do let me know in the comment section. So we're going to go straight into the project. You need to go ahead and design or sketch out the style that you would like for your shirt dress. It's really important to do this step because it saves time and it guides your creativity. I like to do this using my Style with a planner, which is also on the website. Link in the description box below. It's super important because you don't want to get sidetracked during the creation process. After that, we move on to tracing out the basic bodice pattern. You have that basic bodice pattern as your original. You then trace it out on a plain sheet of paper because you're going to be turning the basic into something completely different. So you don't want to lose your original copy. When I do the tracing, I always make sure I mark all the important notches. You've got the armhole notch, that also has to be marked. You also need to mark any other notches you have on it in order not to lose focus when you start to create your actual garments. So the next thing to do is, on the back bodice, you need to eliminate the seam allowance that's been created for your zipper, because a shirt dress has its opening or the closure buttons or zips, if it's, depending on what style you decide to go with. You would have an opening in front of the dress, so your back seam allowance needs to go. Make a note to say that you need to cut your fabric on the fold so you won't make a mistake and waste your fabric. So the next step to do now is to mark your button position. When you mark that button position, it tells you exactly how to extend your center front, because as we know, your original pattern is supposed to be cut on the fold along the center front. So that needs to be extended to allow for a button. So a button placket needs to be, you either insert a button placket or you use your facing to close up that part there. With mine, I decided to use facings all the way from the neck and extend it all the way down to the bottom of the dress. So it's completely up to you the way you do it. So this gets done, and then you move on to creating the facing. This is really important because the neckline needs to be finished one way or the other. Some people prefer to go with bias tape to finish the neckline. I don't really recommend just folding over the raw edges. It doesn't come out too neat. It's a bit tacky. You could either use facings for that or bias tape, but facings give your garments a nice and clean finish. So for this specific dress, I opted for melon sleeves, and melon sleeves are like these sleeves that I've got on this dress here, which really, it just means that the puff of your sleeve doesn't get finished with an elastic, because as we know, elastic can be quite uncomfortable because like they sort of dig into your skin, so you want to use a lining on the inside. And in order to create the melon sleeves, I used my basic sleeve pattern. I have a video coming up after this video on how to draft out your own melon sleeves, and they're quite dramatic. They're very flowy, and they're just comfortable to wear because they don't have elastic at the bottom. They're not elasticated, and they're just so cool. So the next video after this video would show you how to transform a basic sleeve pattern into melon sleeves. So I do hope to see you over at that video. So in the meantime, I have these videos here on the screen showing you how to create different projects using just 1 meter of fabric, and I hope to see you over at those videos. All the very best, and take care. Bye.